I think you, Ray, you have been told me before that you're trying to wonder it in the lab,
Yes.
but it is a little bit difficult to you, right? So may I ask, what is the most difficult point? Is that to get a start?
Yes, yes. I always have some problems when to ignite the electrode.
Okay, I understand. And I think that is the most common question for the entry-level user or the hobby because as I know, most of our entry-level users don't have too many of experience. They don't know how to adjust how many of current and to get a start, right? So and however, inside of this machine we have a hot start function, and when the machine matched, you are going to get a start. The inside of the machine, it will automatically boost the current to make your start more easily. And also, I think that is a very good point to let our final customer to buy it. For example, viewers, you can set a mini lab in your shop place. You can let your customer to try it by himself, and just after that case, I think it is easy to let our final customer to understand how important of the hot start function, right?
Yes.
Yes, and talking about the entry-level user, I think Ray, you are women, and you don't want to bring a very large of the welding machine bring it outside, right?
Yes.
And I can show you from our cameraman. This is very small machine, and it even have a bearing here. You can put it like this, like a bag.
Machine through the strap
You
and
can
take it anywhere.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Take it to anywhere. And also, as we have been mentioned before, we have our own ID teams. So, for example, like the front panel, if you want to switch it to the metal or another styles, it is totally fine. Leave your answer, leave your email address. We are going to connect with you. Or just there is a professional seller in the VIP room is always waiting for you. Okay, so moving on. As I have been mentioned before, this machine is quite small, right? Maybe you are going to bring it to the anywhere to making a wedding. However, as I have been mentioned before, some of users are going to bring it to the country yard or something else which don't have a very stable electric supplier, right? So maybe they're going to use like a generator to welding it in some out space. So some of the viewers have been told us their machine cannot working with a generator because it is quite stable, and maybe the voltage range is quite higher, quite wide, and
Yes, and especially in some countries, actually their power net is not that good. So the input power for the machines will be very unstable.
yes, yes, I understand, and that is why I'm going to recommend to you this machine have a PXA function as an option.
You mean the PFC function?
Yes, yes, exactly. PFC function means power factory corrector function. With this machine, with this function inside, you can use your electrical voltage from the 90 volt up to 216 volt. That is a very wide range of voltage. And secondly, with this function, you can use it with a generator. No problem at all. I can give you a promise. And
Yes, you just mentioned the input voltage range. If we have a PFC on the machine, right?
yes.
Legal is meaning that if you are from an area that have dual voltage, like in USA,
Yes.
we have 120 and 240 volts input voltage. But with PFC, for 120 volts, we can make the machine work as low as the input voltage to be 90 volts. And for the 240 volts rated input, we can make the machine work if even the input voltage is lower than 208 volts.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And also with the PSA function inside, the working effect will raise from the 70 degree to about 70% to 100, nearly 100%. I'm not saying totally 100%, but nearly 100%. I remember it is 99%, right?
Yes, 99.9.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that will help our final user to save a lot of energy, right?
Yes.
And as you know, that is not only to save the little bit of electric cost, but also help our earth even more greener.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so moving on, I think we have been talking about the whole star function and the PSA function. And also, one of the most important function I would like to introduce to you is the anti-stick function. Okay, I can show you. So firstly, like you are an entry-level user, you don't have too many of experience. You connect your electrode to the electrode holder, and you are going to wind it. As I have been show you, maybe your hand will get a little bit shake. You see?
Yes, not very stable.
Yes.
When moving the electrode.
Yes, like me. You see, it is not very stable. And maybe sometimes when you're trying to wander in some working place, the electrode are going to stick with your
onto the workpiece.
Yes, exactly. And I think that is quite embarrassing, right? You have to twitch it to let it out. However, we have an anti-stick function inside of these machines. When the machine match your electrode is stick on the working piece, yes, the machine are going to automatically reduce the current to allow you very easy to take it out from the working piece. And that is a very good function to let your final customer to buy it, even to increase your marketing shares. And let's move on. Let's talking about next function. So cameraman, please give me a shot. As you know, if you take a look about our front panel, there are two different lights. The first one is electrical protection light, such as if you have a short circle or another situation happen.
This LED is the input voltage indicator. So
sorry for that.
Yes, when you plug the power cord onto the wall, and if the input voltage is right, then the LED will turn on and in green.
Okay, I understand. However, if you are, for example, push it into the wrong, you connect it to the wrong electric net, or if you are let your machine get a short electrical circle, and the machine are going to protect it automatically, right?
Yes, no need to worry about damage to this machine because the machine has incorrect input voltage protection.
Okay, and also inside of this machine we have a temperature production program, right?
Yes, if the machine reaches its duty cycle, it will goes into the thermal protection automatically.
Okay, I got it. And if you continue to look at the front panel, there is a knob to adjust how many of current you are going to using. However, for example, if I set in here, maybe it is not very clear to understand how many of actually current you are using, right? And that is why we have a LCD display function as an option. If you select the LCD display function in the front panel, there will be a LCD display screen in here to show you what is your circle are using. And as I know, most of our customers prefer the machine have more technology. If you add one of this inside, I believe our final customer are going to prepare this side of the machine. And also with the LCD display, it will show you how many current you are using. However, some of the customers are going to wonder about one thing: if this machine is safe enough, because we have our open circle voltage, I believe, is more than 80 volts, right?
Yes, around 85 volts for our MMA machines.
Yes, and I remember our human safety voltage is less than 33 voltage, right?
It's 36 volts, our human safety voltage.
Yes, and if you, as you can see, this is our positive point and this is our negative point. If you just touch the both sides with your finger,
by mistake.
yes, by mistake, or any human body touch the both sides, you maybe get an electrical shock. And with 80 volts of the voltage, I think that is a little bit dangerous. Maybe going to the hospital, or maybe a risk of another bad thing coming arrive. And that is why we also have a VRD function available of this machine. And with this device inside of the machine are going to reduce their open circle voltage from the 85 volt to only 12 volt.
Yes, about 12.
Yes, about 12. And that I believe that voltage will much more lower than a human safety voltage, right?
Yes.
If you touch it with your finger or something else, it is no problem at all. And I remember VRD function has become a standard in Australia market.
Yes, it is a must-have for Australian market.
Yes. However, with the rest of the market share, such as America or Europe, that is still an option. However, I would like to give a very, very strong suggestion, which is let our buyers to add this function, because that will help you to reduce a lot of safety situation. As I know, safety always the first one.
Yes.